instant noodles chama mit dok teduna yot wego yeny kete la med mit padek ruwichi nong mit ne ikwane ma pat nong nala instant noodles ni tin ne pichama mit dogo yot nong e dukan ki supermarket duju may loboman peluchat mabup lim chapa General Enterprises kiti dukan na madek Irafik Building Ichikubo Kampala. Nala instant noodles, boil, season, stir. Enjoy.
Abajal in mate akatwal me ki yue manok ene wati food kan chinga edong ario wabe kanera ngoma ti in newspaper New Vision newspaper kono wanen jimo kene mati teme Uganda kumbeti lufu mwanyi gitika kelu wigyo twale mwanyi me kodi gilungo gini coffee nursery operators itika merika meto chul gichena yemarama billion piera dek wi adek pe ni mwanyi na gen ko poro e mwaka 2022 uring and even is before lokpa mwanyu chakama takotwal cause lokpa mwanyu mo kele mwaka mo karma donc imagine Uganda Coffee Development Authority Karachel Minister of Agriculture and it was way before 33 billion has to be paid to operating coffee seedlings.
Now, the question, Mathieu, every financial year, Ministry of Agriculture, in the budget, under their budget, do they also capture this kind of areas? It is not only 33.7 billion. I know only Jomi West Nile Banner, because there was this letter written by the association of the coffee nursery bed operators, District Marua, and I can vividly remember that they were demanding over 1 point something billion keyboard government through Ministry of Agriculture. Billion per decade na ber any tiratier ki demand pa jome arua magian bena gober operating coffee nursery beds pian district marua sub-county melogire again bena forum wani mapewache, and one of the operators the former production officer me Arua district. So ko any chalkene waje kere o yape before even the rationalization ma Uganda Coffee Development Authority competently under Ministry of Agriculture. Now Ministry of Agriculture has to take the liabilities ma ubedotie mano Uganda Coffee Development Authority ubedoka handling. No billion per decade beer supplementary budget has just been passed, and I think they have to wait for the next financial year, because the financial year that is starting 1st July, the budget is now at its final stage. By June, we shall hear the reading of the budget. Now, where will Minister of Agriculture get the money from? And billion per decade, because I believe it has not been captured in the budget, since it is now a crime, and coffee nursery bed operators. These are all liabilities my government has to take. The rationalization has brought more harm than good, more especially lutit magian guberu kati yanction in ministries nyoke departments nyoke agencies pagamante magiti yako kamajing kachele unra tiek lutit mapegi chulo gi up to now authority mukana bana gitieki ko ma deatful lock machul mochara mamegi. So tamoni chul ene ukatime tamamega romatime mwagalem mabino, but it will be through supplementary ma ukakati the first schedule This is what I'm thinking. But kumbeti, unless Chana Monyo Dongo, Talo Tekicha, he brought Minister of Agriculture, no foot per financial year utum, because the other time now, Minister of Finance, Permanent Secretary, releasing the fourth quarter, the last quarter of the financial year 2025, 2024, 2025. So 2025, 2026 financial year, you pay 1st July. All the districts and government ministries have presented their policy statement, Kashelki budget, Mamegi, one committees, my part, my parliament. But this never came up. If it is coming at this time, I think we better.
And China doing 33 billion per channel at a time. A corona ka we should get a day. Kubit, my donkey dan forum one, you don't go when you were bot robbing. My donkey bake away, you know, one pour around for one, you took a balloon, but don't want to check for money. So the earlier the better. And our tenure Kenya conduct by Mete and lock me cutting aid Mati Bino Uganda in a kubeti, Kamerati watching Dano Uganda go bed ma twin good pie pianco a bon coin metica a kilo ma walk for will met a nyempe white we po a jacket and waka any Kameta Manian for President Donald Trump ngolo coin US aid mati donya kan ento kumeriga merati wai one day Uganda don't ngolo coin watch on wakan mo kataki anti-homosexuality bill ni America stripping conyo. So for 2 years we've been living without US aid. And we can still live.
We can live even without the US aid if the government officials know what their priorities are or the priority of the country. This is a very simple matter. However, we are complaining of the US aid being cut. Antoinoni, Gitika mentioned, I kill a member of parliament. Billion PRBQE, Matika Aki from the classified expenditure, the classified allocation, allocating to the office of the president, State House. Now, billion PRBQE, Magim Poro, la member of parliament, million, that money would have helped us to recover from the shock per US aid cut. But unfortunately, the member of parliament, we go will nilo America o joro chwalo channel wo Uganda me konyo matikane ilok me health bien if there's a ministry ma ti affected kumbe mo te lokeni ma kwako kom US aid cut then the Minister of Health bien Minister of Health tiki project ma pari again gitika implementing
TB,
HIV even including malaria.
Yes.
Very soon we will need not anymore what you get a gang mill when you come obey.
What you
tachi not only America and actually wa and this was under US aid. So the government of Uganda take chilling maramo will net me poda hodajo piano it's now 2 years down the road mapo no and net any.
We po mwara choka chela ria ngej makikati ki muchor maduong ringi ni me filling up gap pian chana peka aki waka kero muchore kom diapers.
Yes.
Pampers and me will me boy do luti and weng muchor ti ye. Mobile money ki wachi weng muchor ti ye. Ki wa ni me filling up gap pian kape wakan chana ki ikom muchoro wapeka ki chana me financing the economy.
America and register per Ministry of Finance makwaholokom revenue sources. The Ministry of Finance merukati publishing revenue sources melo we Uganda magamenta tieka no lim aki iye so that people get to understand. But the fact be told ni we can even survive chalo we Uganda ma poa medo muchoro we jemi mukana. And there are too many revenue sources that government can really get money from.
But besides revenue sources, Oringi, I also feel like Chiana kitiga karane ijimi mo ma pepera tekotwal. Their priorities ma choro chiana ma nak ma wati kere ni mo rama yupene. Amar ne olo yo wati neno adwokine. Chiana boramo kere ne ma pia tek igangkwan education sector. The woman wati neno tinga magiberi ngom kagite kwana in this 2025 ya gago kuja nena pemet. Lufonye ma pekitika chuloge. Ina doctors ma pegiti giti war street ne bet pen pegi mercha kati oriat ma equipment pagaye You know, so there's certain priorities mamir ki carry China instead of China being put come on madak no pera patakotwa.
NRM government treasures security, and security has been taking the lion's share majorly for the budget, then followed by infrastructure, then Lokme health ti la pin and agriculture. La pin to 12 watch it. So where is our priority? Can we compare our priorities with China? Because we are talking about innovation. Chilling Adima China take a care of innovation. Then let's get to America and understand their budget. Yes, we might not be at par, but we can borrow certain leave from them. The biggest challenge of Uganda and unemployment. Yes, this each and every time. Each and every year, universities ma pari war lo teno kwa maram elif mi angwen ma eno wen mi ro gon go bien cha ka yenyo teach teacher tie ayela mo pe ento ka teacher paka dano eni wi dano mo kwa na wen te kwa na kombere pole gino ngiti kare mo bora chalo kit matia na kereni now bora ma ngiti kare are they getting the right finances coupled with also other cash norms they have to abide by. Then mirgenual bana gugamon gunyual mirgen gugwakloteno. So the too many poor people are producing poor people. So lo chan giti kanyual ma duong ma pe wache gen gigi bana ko team attack fall gitika yella ke ko. Now what about loteno ma gen gitika nyual bana? So that is how peho ber madiat and ilobokan, and we don't feel the impact of some of the services ma government tika yele ke tak me mini.
But also on that defense ring be new development anyway peramati make a security pare. So it's only valid nigga matter about investing in security in anyway.
But it shouldn't really be each and every financial year you have to buy new guns when you're not using even the guns that you bought last year, and you have never shot even a bullet within the country. Budgeting pere. Unfortunately, we are budgeting for other countries. Why? We are budgeting to Somalia.
South Sudan.
We are budgeting limpanyolo me Uganda me Congo. We are budgeting limpanyolo me Uganda me Somalia. Man me South Sudan. South Sudan. But now look at Uganda. Currently, the borders are secured, and we have been peaceful for all these years without this internal conflict. Almost from 2007, Makonya kitunku malame Uganda. And I'm angoni at least nigri chat gibergati ukere. Mano mirni yub mo Canada will mo Canada bet camera. But from 2007 up to date, poor win chelu dogomo ma chelu almost a week without stop. But kumbeti watika budgeting again we will elu dogolo will mutahalwen madon only to be used ikarme kui, which is not right. Now kon wati kumati any chena no
manyo man knock ma wati kere ni karibena ne pe wati no kon kilo America we can sustain ourselves if we only prioritize mabe. Tama mego gera wane kero ringi petampa station watanyika Kenya amekonda kwa meta nyim kuberi kitika waike mako Chinese ma chel pichato chim ma yo repeti ada kilwani fake sim cards kiwa jal ene welo chim chi distributing iken lubia chara me Kampala ene ge retailing I will man na kada dali babi chicken ano chim anyway no chim goba look me fake Jimmy Uganda duong ringe entropy anan ro potor mo mukati me temo arrest mo ikom fake merchandise titwale fake chim.
Yeah, me shell iwali lock and lock ma pe welo what
yes pe
gena nyan ilo me Uganda. First of all, what yeki dul ma gamo chana ki bot gamente chana panyelo me Uganda ma gitiu ke de menero ni me pi mo jami ma pat ma tiesho ma gitika char ke annually lo me Uganda, and that is UNBS, Uganda National Bureau of Standard. Now dul eroni atamoni, I'm right to say ni they are incapacitated. I think pegiti ki welo teach muramo then they're failing to do what we call piloting and intelligence. They're not investing a lot in intelligence. Not intelligence for police, but intelligence to in regard makwaholo kom nano kit majami donyo kerilobo Uganda kikwena kikome. Because you have to use the local people to tell you some of the road shots. Magitiyu kere medonyo and ki jami matika ailo mawaha. Now, if these things are being manufactured locally in Uganda, then it gets back to also our intelligence within the country. Kabero menama jeme entika akiye. Itika yobugiki kwena. Factory niti kwena. Do you know that there are too many factories in Uganda? But they continue to produce consumable goods and non-consumable goods. Magitika charaba in Uganda.
Ingi me Uganda ini olo konda peni ati kondone ini gena be but chuni olo rakrama pieni olo kiti miyo kumer money teach me security, teach me packing, teach me there's some job creation. Ano machunya chwe ye tutwala ye jimati fake mabino through imports. No kiti yung kavera me wa plastic ini kiti kile kany nyo wa mo me wile dwe chele kena umukone. Yemera. Ento no kidwong arkiti miyo kijo eno tax-free investors.
Now the question here is, Emma, do we have the capacity? Tirawati kidiro me ngiyo. Jami matia kadanyilo me Uganda. Ni this is fake. Nyo ini fake. Yeah. Remember technologically, kachel ki teme innovation for watika fonya and papilo bachel makitika yubo fake. And they are the same people that we are giving them the platform.
Amarone email point me UNBS. UNBS is trying, and I've ever done procurement of bringing Jim apart to Uganda to try Jim chalo bongi king on again. Ka in a good citizen may declaring Jim importing a pian pola dana doing Uganda mageti dubious. Kiri Jim ki and Tebe, Kiri Jim ki they will not declare. Ka go declare under declaring. Can kill a box, new chat appear and why kill a park can because the higher you bring, the more taxes. So, can kill you Jimmy and Tebe, Kachala watch it, kill a chatani. UNBS is going to test. Is this you know what you chat in cotton? How much percentage is cotton? How much percentage is polyester? Kitera laboratory you burger can you? Yes, Kichar Kipimu. Kago niyang ni ine waji 50% ada ine beti 50% they release you chair and okako you pay a fine.
So they have only
so they're doing that job but only for those who are declaring. What about Joma Pekete declaring?
And now, how many laboratories of such nature do we have in the country?
Good question.
And being managed by UNBS. PN Kumbedi, Danamo Kentika Donyigitung South Sudan. And we don't have such laboratory Yarua. Remember, West Nile is also another big, has Otiki Gena, Tieki Customs. But we don't have even UNBS office. The regional office by UNBS. Katie Gulu, then maybe yet to confirm. But why not West Nile? Because we have those border points. Dano, Congo, South Sudan, from even Nigeria and Central African Republic, Macedonia through West Nile, and Gikeli Jamagi Charo, Ichara Uganda, can Kitanga Mon Congo, who is really testing this Kitang Chim. Now, you have employed a ring for met UNBS, Atirane testing me, defect, but he has never even made a phone. I'm still buying a new phone and I don't know how it works.
You're only using 20%. 80% of your phone functions you're not utilizing.
I'm not utilizing. Why? Because I am not aware of other functions. Then I don't have knowledge about phone manufacturing. Now, Gemenica Donyo. Dana di matiki di romingate menano chim and me wine chim and
it's fake. Jiji maduong your dul maduong Uganda any magite operating ma annually me Uganda picking a teaching their function.
That is the biggest concern.
Amar na nature they call bola me la bolma in a nature covering secretary kuja Uganda insurance get training school earning. Dana maduong penge about insurance. Dana maduong penge ni insurance be rajeti kwana. So it's important ni dul engu kati wakomete awareness. Dul macha Uganda National Bureau of Standards. Nying ene I wan way wajika and teaching Teaching men yang ne in meti you drink money, you bomb money, kilo bomb money Uganda. Itika following standard procedure ma jimiti yupene pobo wano de consumer standard procedure ero dano ma duongi giti business ma tutwale one the consumers
and who are the people at risk? We are the one at risk.
One more wili wa mara chamu
wa rogo eni pian ene when pian jo ene ti gitino mingi ne this thing meets the standard.
The consumer, yes.
It meets the standard. Donc, we are also appealing, what you call like UNBS, use part of your budget to create awareness. I believe.
Amana ene abilido cha pian ngat ene ke mako jal ene o me unying investor ne nyoli Uganda me unying investor ne ti Chinese kelu sim cards mat fi fake ene chara aliba biche kan so kumbeti Kimara wa Chinese
and I hope it is not just a fight between the business people. Ninyeri megi tega
chato mege malo wile biashara nti word
megwa peka word. Let it be a genuine concern. Let it not be a business fight. Mani endok tika no channel yoro yot, one doko tika no channel megwa. And this has to cut across. What happened the other time UCC game kuka tika karatach ni kodi satellite money kitika ti ukere. No kero jo maginyoro odilu no pegitika no channel subscription piano lang gem en machine magiti you kere no meker or nano dilu mo can no pay your subscription no oda
unya can painful
so how far we also need such update. How many people have you arrested in regards to this? Man joining charo jamini kwena ki come. Then what have you put as the precautionary measures? Men jami affecting biashara pa Jamokana because we are in a laissez-faire economy. That is the problem with Uganda. You can wake up in the morning and start doing the business.
Yes,
you think it is right
the factors of demand and supply will be.
So long as it does not jeopardize security.
Security, pere. Anyway, kondak mweta nyim kubekitika waini la choa chel I district mesoro to kero kui soda. Me wola tiana me mwaka beach kiwachi jal ene. Manye e bino no uchara we soda kidukan bino no tiano nena eto poko kisoda ni ruone don ku deko tiana der a chere to on the spot ariyo kilarge atiat makwoge of course ti on the line kui na ke detail len peke meo fut jale ki maro kitwa kitameo temo investigations me waranyim ento soda ki yubo kere ke jalo onya pian enwelo tiana mwaka beach in pepe nyang soda no ke yabo babana ti mena makiyabo pian pola karka inda dire bi ngiyo gena inena gena kiyabo gena pe kiyabo
tal kete chago wajo kere ni story pegi kele madieto twal me nyang matot ento kano nyang anti na mar lo Uganda lo wen ana teach pamuon me lo intelligence ka chel ki teach ability intelligence it gives you opportunity to understand deeper. Start with the family background. La cho me welo soda me biano ka wolo lo tiano ne ni there are factors to that. La tiano la cho mo pe man na ko la tiano ki unless no we down baleo or something is affecting your brain, your mental reasoning is being derailed by other factors. But in a normal situation, ma la cho ni teacher or ringi denis ma is mentally sound. No jump mo ma child lock me out. No team attack for that. Mo no la cho unyo ngwera mo. Ni yenba lock DNA Kampala.
No kelu ken mo.
No kelu so we kill kin gang kuja bana. Ko ri lock mo na magi berika kwela te ire. Ibere ma tai Kampala. Ingi tamun Latina megi. Latina be megi. So ko ri lock erni campaign bana chamu kana chwero chwindano. Atira na kene itamo matot kiep me beru kami kede kon la chinchan wajo kanye you kari no jobi mo chwero chwnyiro mene o me repeating chereki you will not act the other way. But this is a problem in the society. And now the society more very here, more tieka kwa here, we don't have counselors to keep counseling people. Even those who are well off. La chinchano na pa basa da money ma la tena ki waino a poro ki wang drisa.
Yes, mama ki ma ko be me na ki wachi me na yo bolo.
And these are all issues to do with the family. So counselors in motel lock beginning.
Ki be a family court ringi.
Family court because family and child protection unit per police but they have not spread across. They are not in that sub county come I here, but we have a Billy and we don't have down money car me lucky ki family
atam dano me lucky family ye date oringi because any we po na kana waje peti gena mama nyan and it's not new ke kan me ka be down don ko be giti stress ma ino why permanent ko bien inde chobiti ko and query wa yang winni o gena mega mo cha na nyala tian ki wa ko kelo la par mo gwa ko ento pekineho kumbeti dong dano ti so stressed magitam wayne solution me ngar mo ne me chuer chu inom gire kwan ko ne
I think Kanisha, the church has to play a very big role currently as we talk.
Yes.
The counseling session, what has happened to that? In you gore money ma megi wa gichera ka gore igang lega. They go for what they call a women conference. Gishare ni weekend chiam big gidugi chabet. And gore no pera takba. Ikaren look phone ma pool gimeo ki mege. And that has also helped. Then one-on-one with the senior women leaders, manogi take Kanisha money. Pera tak gube karwata ke mon kachel ki chobere. Then the senior men, more senior men any. Please, umi kare merwata ki jomasho. Unong kar me goro gi, me loket gi. Then in me pastor, you paddy.
Gina kilone outreach projects.
Yes.
Ki kin gain, ki lock ke dano, ki phone dano. Kunyo nje menti daka pe. Ngar mone, ano daka na chunki la cho mone. Ina bili pop ki modore wiye. Ano chwara te teme gini daka mone.
In pop, you can see.
What is going on?
So can we get out of our parishes? That comfort zone in that gated house. Wachaka were community. Once in a while, visit that community, understand the problem in that community. Pian era mini jiri mo mere tuji. Jiri pe aki polo ba. Jiri aki society can bury any. Ki mane nana ki jemene. So lo teach palo ba o konyo ba jemene nong tika daga.
Tika daga dongo ka dong lu nyoro tika nerlo latini ma enti me nywala
politician dero konyo eni nong lu tika ba.
Achara me nywala latini ina daga kwanyo ko pa latini. Achara mo manu go kere ine kwanyo ko pa mamani. Where are we headed?
So marno gena wala kid me tuchu jiri wa benong. With the contemporary issues, manon ti competitika teme society wa megwani. Pero wo gu wi one lock me Biblia magi choy koni piera DC gi AC gi chane. Wo dog no one ket ma genetica lock kere. And jiri wono wo phone according to how the society is changing. And we need to contextualize. Ket manon ngoma tika teme society kit pa kudano tika ko kere wa kello we abam no ke we aletare. Now, what about those who don't go to the church? I have concern with Loteno Anne.
Dana Benetica Nano, Jim Makiker and social media, and your TV, and your film, Bedikiti Nan and Madongo Twile. Film Maraju, my in an of Jim Madante acting in the being care de como family. So, and the Bernard Machala used to see Bemir Gukati, me regulating, nay, Dana Pego Becanana, Jim Makumarkuma, because exposure of the mind in a where Dana. Practicing gena giti nana ne
Emma amera ti mina dak second piera dak me wajo eni in me tika nana wa inano film mo ni me nani TV ne o wa live Rupiny Tin eni ki news gi ki jomi me nano wa ge kelli chalo toko ero ni ti toko
goga
ero ni goga lo hadaye ma da pare film me nana Nigeria gini ero utie goga magi tuka and lu megi wa kinyi megi wa makipegi kwano makipegi ngeo gen ani giti ngo maginene film in Nigeria ene
kano gitimo
gigen kano gitimo yot gi gineno la cho mo wilo mota ki da mo in Nigeria maginene film en bene yetwara kan wila mota tera kan namo makomar koman John ti to we chamo kan ke chero hotel ke chamo chamo no yin mero chwer tin tere hotel mi welo mal ko ni ngena chwer chane pe yen mero chwer ko gen chalo la cho mo ni nene any Nigeria movie on ti movie on ni goga so jemi mo nene fele magi tuka ti me gala wangwa me ko ro chamo otiano me ko ro chai gi ento mero de practicability mero pedo ko gen chalo kit ma wana ke film chane bien la ko wa pat
Wene rachetwal kumberikite wa ila cho achelo kero kui poison isora mume kilo tiano achelo to ario giti otyat wati nyakane kan ni kumbeti pero ngwer mati ken gai padan tika neke dan tika chupe dan tika tim ngo eni weng mirugiko ermar eni tamame ko wani ringa mirwa yuyo manok kada ko dukonen international news.
Nala instant noodles chamamit Dr. Dunayot wego yeny kete la med mit padek ruwichi nong mit ne ikwane ma pat nong nala instant noodles ni tin ne pichama mit dogo yoriot nong e dukan ki supermarket duju may loboman peluchat mabup lim chapa General Enterprises kiti dukan na madek Irafik Building Ichikubo Kampala. Nala instant noodles boil season star. Enjoy.